Miriam knows that when it's 1 p.m. in London, it's 6 p.m. local time in Karachi, Pakistan. So it's later, isn't it, in Pakistan? They are sort of ahead of us. So it says that Miriam is booked onto a flight leaving London on Tuesday at 10 to 2. Okay, 13:50 is 10 to 2 in the afternoon. The flight time is 7 hours 51 minutes. On which day and what local time should Miriam land in Karachi? Now, what I tend to focus on with these time sort of zone questions, right, I perhaps will focus on the time it is with respect to London, okay, because they do start off with London, don't they? Okay, so it starts off with London there, 13:50, okay, on a Tuesday, yeah. Okay, so we can just remember that. Yeah, I don't need to write Tuesday down. But the flight takes 7 hours 51 minutes. So what I could do here is I could add on 7 hours 51 minutes and see what time the flight lands in Karachi. But of course I'll have the London time, won't I? So just imagine, you're a relative staying at home, and then you'll be able to then know what time the flight lands in Karachi, won't you? Because we're just going to add 7 hours 51 minutes on this. You'll know in the evening at some point in London what the time will be. So if I add on, well, let's first of all add on 7 hours. Let's take out time with time. Okay, so if I add on 7 hours, well, it's quite easy then. It's because that becomes 20, doesn't it? Okay, so that's like 10 to 9 then, isn't it? Okay, so that's 7 hours added on. So I've done that bit. I just need to add 51 minutes on there now. So you could take your time. If you add 10 minutes on to start with, that takes you to 21, doesn't it? 9 o'clock. But I've only added 10 minutes on. I need to add another 41 minutes on. So that'll take me to 21:41. Okay. So in London, it'll be 21:41 on Tuesday. Okay. However, remember, what's the difference between London and Karachi? Remember, we could see it was 5 hours ahead. Okay, so it's actually going to be 5 hours later in Karachi. So even though this is the time in London, in Karachi, we need to add 5 hours on, don't we? Okay, and if we add 5 onto that, well, 21 add 5, you get 26, which makes no sense at all because there's 21 hours in the day. It's 24 hours in the day. If there's 24 hours in the day and this adds up to 26, that takes us then 2 hours into the next day, so that'll be 2:41, won't it? And of course, it's ahead, so it'll be a different day, won't it? It'll be Wednesday. So the day will be Wednesday, and the landing time will be 02:41. Be careful here, right? Just make sure I've used 24-hour clock here. Okay, if you're going to use AM or PM and you put 2:41 in, make sure you put AM there next to it. Or you could do it like I've done. I've left it as a 4-digit sort of time, so I put a 0 there, so that shows it's a 24-hour time. Okay, so I don't need to then put AM